What's going on, everybody? It's Oscar Cisneros, and today I'm going to be having a conversation for those who are entrepreneurs, those who have their own businesses. And I want to highlight a little bit about the issues that you might be facing in your business, and I can relate to it because these are issues that I myself am facing in this business. So last week, a real good friend of mine introduced me to a book called The Emyth. And the E-Myth, in essence, talks about how we as entrepreneurs get caught in this frenzy, so to say, or what he refers to as an entrepreneurial seizure at a moment in our lives right before we begin our business. And what's interesting is that when this happens, we don't know why it happens. You know, it could have been a bad look from the boss. It could have been the boss wanted to have a conversation with you about your performance and you didn't like it. I mean, it could have been whatever. You know, maybe you said to yourself, you know what? I can do a better job than my boss. My boss is a dummy. If he could do it, why can't I run a business? Why not cut the middleman out? So we start this frenzy. It consumes us and it wraps itself around us. So we become invigorated by that and we go out into the marketplace where we decide to test the waters and see, hey, is my skill set, is the value that I provide, does it have any weight? Does it have the capacity to be able to grow into something and someone, right? Especially, like, I'm a mechanic, so I have the technical ability to be able to fix cars, right? I mean, you think that by understanding the technicalities of what a business is, you have an understanding of how to run a business. But the fact of the matter is that that is simply not true. It's not enough for me to just be a good mechanic. It's not, right? Because there's so much more to running a business than being just a good mechanic, right? I mean, you still have to be able to balance books. You still have to go pick up parts. You still have to be a service advisor and you have to reach out to your customers. You still have to be a business owner. You still have to be the manager. You still have to be a marketer. You still have to be the guy that does the follow-up phone calls and the follow-up replies with the experience that somebody had. You have to be the person that creates the processes for your business so that your business can systematically repeat the exact same thing, whether it's today or whether it's 10 years from now, where somebody gets exactly what they bargained for, exactly what they wanted. Example, McDonald's, Madonna's, right? You go to McDonald's or eat an In-N-Out, right? 10 years ago, you order a cheeseburger. Fast forward to today. You go into the drive-thru lane, you order a cheeseburger. What are you going to receive? Is it going to be the same product or will it be a different product? More than likely, you're going to get the exact same cheeseburger that you ordered. The setup, the layout, the configuration, the look, the feel, the taste, everything is practically identical. Because what McDonald's was able to do is they were able to create a business using systems and processes. Me, as a young entrepreneur getting ready to dive into the depth of what business really is, has come to the understanding that what I do possess is not a business. It is licensed. It is incorporated through the appropriate legal channels. We have tax codes with the IRS. We have all of that. We have our DBAs. We have our resale certificates. We got all of that. I got a logo. I got a truck with a company name on it. But I do not have a business. I just learned that I have a job. You see, a business has the capacity to operate on its own. If I decide to take a day off today, as of this recording, I will not receive any income whatsoever, unless it's an outstanding invoice, right? However, if a business owner of a real business decides to leave, his business is continually producing a product, continually providing a service, because they have systems that were set up to be able to be repeated, executed, and accomplished. What we as entrepreneurs need to do is we need to have a moment and sit down and step back from the technician mentality of, all I have to do is fix cars, fix plumbing, fix electrical, fix this, fix that. We have to step back from that, and we have to take on the role of either the manager, right? Because the manager in a business creates what's called structure. The entrepreneur is more the creative mind, that he wants to go out, he wants to change the world, he wants to create new ideas, he wants to capture new markets. And that's all great, but we need somebody to be able to structure that. And that's where the manager comes in. And the manager creates specific roles for what the business actually needs. So I mentioned my roles earlier: bookkeeper, marketer, mechanic, service writer, parts picker, whatever that is, right? These are roles that have to have a specific job description that's written down. It has to be written down. It can't just be spoken of or thought about, or today I'm going to shoot from the hip. No, because when you allow discretion to be an available weapon of choice for the day, then whatever goes, goes. Today, I feel like putting a uniform on. Tomorrow, I don't want to put a uniform on. Why? Because the discretion was left up to me, the individual, and my mood for the day, right? However, if a process is written down, and if a process is structured from point A to point B, you're going to get a result that you can replicate time and time again. To wrap it up, when God on Mount Sinai gave Moses the 10 Commandments, God thought it was so important in this story, in the biblical account, that he wrote it with the tip of his finger on these tablets, the 10 Commandments. He didn't say it. He didn't just tell him about it. He physically wrote it down with his finger. And these tablets were placed inside of a tabernacle, a beautiful tabernacle at that. And those are conditions. It's the first, in my opinion, the first structure of how a human being should conduct themselves. There was a set of rules that needed to be followed. The goalposts couldn't change today, right? If I feel like lying today, it's okay. Tomorrow, I'm not going to lie because it's just what I'm supposed to do, right? No. The rule is, thou shalt not lie. Thou shalt not bear false witness. The boundaries were created. The rules were set. I hope that this can resonate. I know it's a little bit of a drawn out message, but it's very profound in its meaning, and I'm going to touch on it in future topics. So stay tuned. Thanks for checking it out. Oscar is out.